Good morning, art buddies. I can't tell if I'm live or not. I didn't see my little message. I was putting something in the trash. So I think I'm live. Good morning, and welcome to Bricolage with Pink Girly. I'm just going to greet everyone as they come in. Looks like my camera's all wonky. I have a virtual doctor's appointment today. So this is going to be a relatively short stream. I have to keep an eye on the time. I need to be out of here by 11:30 Eastern. So come in, come in. I thought what I would do is just do a little update and work on a project that I've started. Some of you will recall that I have been working with fabric from my shindy rugs that I took apart. Good morning, Jacqueline. Nice to see you. Your meeting got canceled. Oh, terrific. Woohoo! It's an arting miracle. So I kind of been preoccupied with my shindy fabric. It's just junk, girls. It's just junk fabric, but it's kind of cool to work with. So I think on one of my last streams, I was crocheting a swatch using the shindy fabric. And boy, it's really hard to pull it through and crochet with it. My wrist is killing me. But then Jacqueline said to me, "Are you going to name it?" So I decided to call this Wonky Wilma. So this is what it looks like crocheted. Hey, Kimberly, good morning, my dear. How are you? So, and I stitched in my um, signature, which didn't go that great. I got to tell you. I mean, it's just okay. But I did it a couple of times, and it was hard for me to get my needle through this crazy fabric. The other thing that I noticed, if you should decide to do something like this, even if you don't have the shindy fabric, if you have any kind of fabric that's kind of pliable and you feel like you could do this, um, make sure all your fabric strips are kind of the same. Good morning, Dar. Come in, come in. I started out with it really thick, and then I think it was Janice Klein suggested um, making the strips narrower, which then good morning, Peggy. Um, so then I started to cut them and tear them thinner. So the top of my swatch is a little more pliable than the bottom. So just be aware of that if you're going to do something like this. So I just started to crochet it and made it the size that I thought would look cute for a journal. And then I took some book pages and I coffee stained them. And then for this journal, I then took some gesso and scraped on the pages. So that's what I have inside. I use that paper exclusively for this one. So this is just another piece of the shindy that I tied around it for a closure. And then I took little strips of the shindy and took a crochet hook and went up into the stitches and just tied them on. Okay. Then I couldn't decide what I wanted to do here. I didn't want to just stitch my signature in. It's just one signature. So I decided to put a piece of fabric, another piece of shindy. Now this I glued down at top and bottom. I don't know that this will be useful for anything. I'll see as I go continue. But then I just started decorating the pages. So I'm just going to walk you through. I've got some other stuff here I'm going to throw in. So this is one shindy project. And I'm going to show you a couple others that I've started a little further along on this one. And for those of you just coming in, I don't have a whole lot of time today because I have a virtual appointment. And so, you know, I have to skedaddle. That's my daughter. Our daughter has beautiful hair, absolutely beautiful hair, but she flat irons it. If she doesn't flat iron it, any kind of humidity, she just looks like a little poof, like a little poof head. I think she could do curly, but I haven't talked her into it yet. If anybody has curly hair and you have a hard time managing it, you have to check out Voss, VOSS, the Curl Boss on Instagram. She's a beautiful redhead with thick curly hair, and she's a curl expert. What do you call it? Beautician. And she's just amazing. So you really have to, I mean, I don't have, well, I don't think I have curly hair. I wish I had curly hair. But you have to check her out. Even if you don't, just check her out. She's so interesting to listen to. Okay, so another thing that I had started was taking little pieces of the shindy carpet. Well, it was a carpet, shindy rug, and started gluing them onto a piece of shipping bag that I got from, something delivered from Amazon. These are all my pieces that I'm going to use for this one. So for me, because I tend to have a crooked eye, I drew myself some grid lines, and this is just one of those paper shipping bags that I just think make a cool cover for a journal. So this is my multicolored one that I've started and haven't finished. Now I started this in a stream, and I was folding the strips in half like this and then kind of crunching them up and gluing them down. But I didn't like how thick this was. So I decided to just cut them flat and started putting them on flat, which I like a lot better. So now see, I've got two of them here that I will get to eventually. But I finished the beige colored one that I started. So that's this one. So they're just pieces of the carpet. Now, again, if you have fabric in your stash and you don't have a shindy rug to take apart, that's okay. Just start tearing some of your strips. You could use calico. Isn't that what that cotton fabric's called? It has all the prints, like Debbie Mum kind of stuff. I don't know how much this stuff is going to move. The shindy stuff is kind of for, thanks, Kimberly. It's mostly for, like double-sided, where you can't tell you know what I mean. Some of the fabric is like just one-sided. But I mean, unless you're going to be flipping this around, I don't know that it really matters that much. But I just kind of like the movement. And then when I got to the top, I put them the opposite way so they would stand up. Now I had this really great trim that I really splurged and got on the clearance rack at Hobby Lobby, gosh, a couple years ago now. But see, I've also in one of my streams told you how you can make this. If you have some cotton lace and some rickrack, or you could really even use, I think, embroidery thread, you just put a little piece of it through a button, and then you can either sew it onto the back or you could glue it. Here, wait a minute. Let me see. Where is my... Let me show you this. This is real easy. It would be time consuming, but it's so yummy. I think it would be worth it. Now, wait a minute. I've got it pinned here somewhere. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. That's better. See? And they just laid it down and stitched it. Oh, you did? I know I sent some to a couple different people, but I can never remember who. I have it written down somewhere, but I think you want the cotton. If you're going to replicate it, I think you want the cotton lace because it's sturdier, you know. You don't want that flimsy, thin stuff. But that's doable. And that could be a slow stitch project, you know, that you sit. I mean, most of us have buttons that are not um, vintage, you know, just plain white, you know, or whatever. But I mean, it's doable. And most times you only need a little strip, you know, to add to a book, or like Kimberly said, to a doll. So I was making on my last stream a sunflower with this shindy stuff, and I forgot I was going to put that on here. And then I remembered my trim, so I did my trim instead. I don't really think I need my sunflower. Now this one is the one that I stitched on my piece of fabric to my bag before I started. Hey Ange, good morning. So I have a nice inside, so just zigzag that on, and then I started getting together my pages for this. Now these pages are all different. This delightful piece of paper I got from Jacqueline, Lovely's Crafting Lodge. She does beautiful work. So this, I'm just starting to add some things to, and of course, I'm stitching some stuff and some Edith Holden, and just kind of working my way through, but putting a couple different pages in here, and then I need to stitch this in, and I'm hoping I'll be able to hide my stitches when I, you know, stitch my pages in. I'm thinking maybe do an individual, you know, just do a knot here, not the pamphlet stitch. I'm not sure if that'll work, so I got to think about that. But anywho, so these are going in here. So that's another shindig project in process. But today I just thought we could sit and I could leisurely go through and maybe finish up some pages in here. Oh, really, Ange? They're not? Oh, well, that's great, but I hope they can get that under control for you then. So I've added on some pockets. Now I've got some things here to fill in the pockets. I pulled out one of my vintage, I don't know if this is a calling card, I guess. See, I have several of these, but I don't use them because I love them. I've got to start using some of this stuff, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know. Now, I do have some pages drying here, so I'm going to take these clips off. And we'll see. So my goal is to get this done this week. All right, down my strings from putting in my pages, I just put some beads on the bottom. These aren't really glued in or anything. They're just tied on there. So whoever might own this, if they wanted to, they could take that off. But let's just see. I have a hard time when I'm putting a journal together to not do something on every page, which is probably not the best idea, because really with the gesso, you could write on these pages, you know, or do whatever you want. So I just stamped Grace there, had a little bit of this jazz, put it on the edge of the page. Let's see what else we got going on here. Just a little circle, just like a little cluster there. These were index cards I was jelly printing one day. I think we did that on a live. And then this is different envelopes made from the paper that I used, the book paper that I used. And so I've got this one empty here. I'm looking all over for those red glasses and they've been on my desk. Well, I'll be. And here I put some little ephemera. And then here's some more little ephemera. So I added this second pocket this morning. So I just want to put in some. This one I wanted the top to close because I didn't want it to be sticking out the top of the book so much. But this one could stay open, so I can put in some taller little bits, which I think will be fun. I'm just trying to give a little variety here. You buy these little packages of ephemera. Oh my gosh, some of them are so little, first of all. Second of all, there's just so much of it, you know? If you need me to see something, put it in caps, please. Hey, good morning, Gail. All right. All right, and this one I put a little tag on the photo to just make it easier to pull it out. I mean, it's okay to have blank pages, right? But sometimes. All right, so that guy can go in there. And this is smaller. This only measures, I forget, let's see, 5.5. The pages itself by 3.5. So it's not a huge journal. So my regular tags were too big. I'm obsessed with this gold fabric that was in my rug, my shindy rug. So I am going to just, this might be a little too short. Let's see. Maybe I want a longer piece so I can tie it different. Let's just see. All I'm doing is snipping. Now, not all of it tears nicely, but see, this one does. All right, let's see if I just want a little something at the top, but I want it to be fluffy so it doesn't look lost. Now, I will say a lot of this fabric is, see, the way it frays, it gets all stringy. So that can be a little bit of a problem. But I just kind of try to ignore it. And I guess if you wanted to, you could take the time to, I mean, you see people online taking like a lighter or a candle to the edge to kind of cinch it. But I'm not taking the time to do that. The strings don't bother me that much. Okay, I'm turning my phone down. And I'm not looking at my phone today because it needs to stay charged because of my appointment. So let's just start with that one in there. Here's a little whale's tail tag with a bulb pin or coilless pin and an old-timey button. Just got some thread in it. Now I put a little pocket here on top of this pocket. So I need something to go in here. I don't know if I like the way that, I don't know if I like the way that looks. Let's grab a couple of more little things here. It might be a little too big, yeah. I hope I didn't miss anybody coming in. Okay, Ange. Oh, only if it gets bigger. Okay. All right. All right, so there's a couple little things there we can tuck in. This may not stay there. Okay, so I made a bunch of dresses a while ago with different kinds of paper and decorated them, and I had them in a box. So I went in and got this out. And what I want to do is I want to hang this from a page. Now, I don't think I want to hang it from that page because you can write on, they can write on that. But the way I'm going to hang it, I think, is with a brad. But see, then I'm going to have the wings on the other side. So I want to be able to hide that. So I have to think about, something's going to be on the other side of the page. Of course, they could remove the dress and write it. Maybe I'll do it on this page. All right, so I'm going to take my poke tool. This may not work. I'm hoping it does. Oh dear. There it is. I set it down, then I lost it. Because I want the dress to be able to be removed. Now you could do, put a paper clip on it. And I've done that in the past. Sometimes they stick out a little too far for my likes. And of course, when I made the little dress, I wasn't sure how I would be using it. So I didn't think about that. So I just put it on the hanger. Now that might be a little too tight. Okay. So now I have this. I don't like that. So I got to think about something I might want to put there. Something not too big. Just a little something on the top of the page. I've got some different stamps. I've got a box of goodies sitting up here. Maybe I'll have a look through there. Hold, please. Hold, please. Let's see if I can get it down without knocking myself in the noodle. There we go. Oh, I kind of like that number. Let's see how that looks. I always forget I have this box. This is where I in theory, keep all the good stuff. Mm. There's a piece of, oops, let's put this back. Yeah, get that good box. I was just in Goodwill, what, last week? And I really wanted to find another box like that, because that's where I got the long, narrow box. You know, everything in Goodwill, it's in and it's out, it's in and it's out, and they never have the same stuff. It's kind of big. I kind of like that. I could maybe trim this off a little bit. I don't know. I'm just really attracted to storage boxes. Really storage boxes of any kind. But those long, narrow tins, oh man. Me too. I love rummaging too, Peggy. Okay. I think I'm going to do that. Use my Faber-Takish glue, my beacon glue. Now the thing with this is, it comes through the fabric, so I have to be thinking, don't close the page. Me too, Peggy. My gosh. I mean, when I was in France, I bought this yogurt because of the jar that it was in. And my family said, "You're taking that jar home?" I'm like, "Yep, it's small and it's going to go in my suitcase real easy." I think I ended up bringing 2 of them home. It's Kimberly saying, person, turquoise, waving, speech, face, blue, spam, shape, hands, yellow, hard, red, ooh, new emoji, fish, orange, wide eyes. Yeah, I can't be, especially if you go to those stores that are like say like a Marshall's, and they've got sections where they've got all or TJ Maxx. What's the other one? Home Goods. Yeah, those emojis, I just get the words here on StreamYard. I'm not looking at YouTube today. They have the sections where they've got all the different olives, or they might have different nuts and the jars and the different things that they're in, mustards and stuff like that. And the jars are like, oh yeah, I can't. It's dangerous for me to go into those kinds of stores without my husband, because then I have no filter and no control. He kind of keeps me on the straight and narrow. We're not buying that. Okay, dear. Okay, so I've got my little dress hanging on there, and that should pop off really easy. This, bias tape wrapper, don't throw those away. They make cute little pockets. And I glued this down so I could tuck behind the pocket and then the pocket. Little just piece of fabric to make a little turn. Pulled out some Monopoly money, a little Timmy card, and another whale's tail. This one, I have a little charm on that one. Okay, this needs to have more in this pocket. Now let's see. I just want to see if that tag will fit. Yeah, that tag will fit. All right, so I wanted to do something to decorate this tag. I should set my alarm. I probably shouldn't do this first, but I'm going to. So what's everybody else up to? Today is one of my bonus grandbabies' birthday. Sophia, she's 3. You're getting a haircut at noon? Oh, cool. I gotta contact my hairdresser. I wanna get my hair jazzed up. I wanna get some more purple. I love my purple. All right, so that's good. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I fully expect my doctor to give me a talking to. I'm not a very good patient, girls. Oh, I need a pedicure too. It's hard for me to hold my legs the way they need you to hold them up on that thing. So I haven't been in a long time, but I really gotta do that. Maybe I should have one of my sisters go with me. Okay, what do I want to do on this tag? Let me do a little bit of stamping. Can you see what I'm doing here? Let me move this up a little bit. I think I'll put some lines on the back for journaling. So I can see what I'm doing. And then, let's see. Oh, not too bad. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, I missed a spot there, but I kind of like that. I kind of like it. I think I want to put some. I don't think this stamp is stamping that great anymore. I think it's so covered with product that it's kind of blurry. Just let me take a sample stamp. This has seen better days for sure. Yeah, it's not crisp. I want something and I have more. I want something that's more crisp. I think my puppy's worn out. She was running around like a crazy, crazy girl this morning. And I think she's got herself worn out, which is, good. It's kind of cool. Let me add a little bit of this on. All right. And there's just a little sentiment I can put on. What does this say? If you can dream it, you can reach it. Do you hear that, Jacqueline? Jacqueline and I are trying to build websites, and we're very frustrated. So I'm going to put that down. Maybe I'll put that over here. That's really not the kind of script I'm looking for. I have a hard time. I'm the kind of person that if I get something in my mind, I have a hard time moving away from that idea. I really do have a hard time. Okay, let's see. This should be better. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. That's more better. Okay, so now I think I need some kind of fabric or piece of paper. Maybe I should use some paper that I've used in the whole book to kind of carry the theme. She's loading inventory. Jacqueline is an amazing young woman. She works full time. She's a full time mom. She's got fur babies. She's got a partner. She does it all, girl. She does it all. Okay, I don't like the way that tore, so let me trim some more of that off. I don't always tear it the right way. Okay, let me ink these edges. That I speak the truth. I keep telling her she's a genius. I said to my sister Jackie has quite a presence on Instagram, and I thought maybe she might know how to build a website. Hey, good morning, Judy. Judy says, good morning, happy people. Came home, lays in the tub for about 30 minutes. Oh, how nice. And now she's watching with her mug of hot peach tea. Good girl, Judy. Good girl. Okay, so I'm going to put a little glue down this right side. Smush it around a little bit. Smush. We have to have a little smush. And so I asked my sister, and she said, no, it's really hard. You have to hire somebody to do that. And I said, no, people do it. And she said, yeah, people that went to school for it. And I said, no, other people do it. I mean, there are programs, where you can supposedly follow along and build a website. Well, I think they're very confusing. But she said, my sister said she hired somebody and it still was difficult. But see, Jacqueline's already ordering product. I mean, loading up product. So, oh, iced raspberry green tea. That sounds yummy. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. Now I need a little something something on there. A little something something, little something something. Now I've been cutting out some of these flowers because the back side was the cover of the Stamperia thing. I wonder if that stopwatch thingy. That might look cute. Let's see what that looks like. Hubs was brown. He ran out for a little bit. He was browning Italian sausage and putting it in the crock pot. Mmm. Smells yummy. Does everybody like the fussy cut or not so much? I don't really mind it. But it can be hard on your hand depending on how much you're going to do at a time. Okay, so now I want to take off. You know what? I don't need that ring. I'm going to cut right around there. See, this is what's hard for me is to cut off things that are in the original. But see, if you guys don't tell, nobody's going to know there was an extra little ring around that watch. Right? You don't mind? Gail says she doesn't mind fussy cutting. But yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, right. The arthritis. Yep. Exactly. Okay, so now I know I had a little wad of and I moved it. A little wad of, that stuff I like that I never can remember the name of. Cheesecloth. You can put a little piece of this down. Yeah, that looks cool. Like I keep saying, nothing like admiring your own work. Judy solemnly swears to keep my secret. Good. Good thing Lucia's not Lucia. Is it Lucia? Yeah, Lucia thinks she's the one that rats on me. Okay. I really, really don't like when I do this. I just had a big wad of it. It's getting white here. Well, and the other thing I would like is to pop this. Well, I don't want to pop it up, I guess, because I want it to go in the pocket. So I want it kind of flat. So maybe I'll just do that. Kind of like that hanging off the edge, but that's not practical, is it? See, and I like the way that is. Why am I like this, girls? Maybe I should use the Fabri-Tac. Let's put a little smudge of glue. Smudge. That's going to come through. So let's see if I got enough there to stick that down. Let's see. I'm just going to snip it off even though I don't want to. Okay, that's hopefully going to go in that pocket. So I think that we can call that done. Now that's in there. I'll just move along here. This, I have something that could go underneath there. I don't think I need something more flat. I didn't pull out all my Timmy stuff. Oh, one of these could go there. Well, if I can get it to work. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's really messy today. Okay, so I need something little for that pocket too. You know, I don't know. Do you guys find this like you think you pull out a lot of stuff to put in your journals and then you start stuffing things in and yeah, it's not that much. Okay, let's see. I got a couple of these. I think these are just Tim ones, aren't they? That's kind of cool. Okay, this is going to get snipped. Okay, so that'll work. That'll work. And then I've got some of this stuff. You never have what I know. My husband doesn't understand that. I can remember one time we were out shopping and we ran into, gosh, it's so long ago, it probably was AC Moore. And I picked up a just one single sheet of scrapbook paper. He said, really? Really? We need one more piece of scrapbook paper? I said, well, I don't have this color. I don't have this color. Okay, I want to put this someplace where it's going to look cute and be noticed. Why didn't I stick that in there? Oh, because it's still drying, I guess. Maybe I should. Where's that little pocket? Maybe this will look cute tucked in here with my little string hanging. I love the little strings hanging. Okay. Well, I like the idea of this when I did it, but now when you turn the pages, I don't know if that's going to be too annoying. Let's put, I wonder if one of my, I don't want that. I'm wanting a playing card. Let's see what I have here. Oh, she might be cool. Maybe she'll fit. Ah, she's a little too wide. Oh, stink. I guess I could trim her. I wonder if she would look bizarre if I trimmed her. Maybe just the right. No, this. Yeah, see, that would look bizarre. Let's try. She's just sitting in a box. She's not being used. I forget where there she is. I left her behind. Oh, that's hard to. I really need a new blade, I think. Methinks. Oh, I need a new blade. Okay, now we're gonna chomp the corners so it looks normal. I didn't take that piece off that I cut. Did anybody notice that? Bizarre. Bizarro. This was a napkin that I just put on a playing card. All right. That works. All righty. Oh, I was going to say the other thing. I left my phone here in my room because I'm waiting for my mom's nurse to call. So if that call comes through, because Hubs isn't home, I'm going to have to take it and then skedaddle. But let's see, how am I on time? Okay, so I've got about 40 minutes. Oh, thanks, Kimberly. See, it's okay to leave a couple blank pages though, right? This might need a little lace here. What do you think? A little lace? This I made a belly band, so I need something to tuck in there. So I still have to dig and pull more stuff out. This is a cutout from the Stamperia stuff, so I need something there too. See, that would be nice because then I have the top. This is watercolor paper that I started to do something on. Who knows? Who knows what? Let's see. See, this is a torn section from that crazy rug. But I'm going to snip off this. These little bumpazoids. Got a couple little bumpazoids here. Just get rid of that. Alrighty, and I think I'm going to put a little piece of gold. This is kind of striped. I'll take a little piece of that too. Oh, I love when a fabric tears so nicely. All right, so let's put these two together. This has got a Bumpazoid at the top. Bumpazoid! So my son, I keep saying our son, bought a car, and he really felt it was a good car, and he trusted the guy that he bought it from. And after he had it a couple weeks, started to have some issues, and took it back, and the fella's going to make good on it, but it's just been taking some time. They had to order a part, all this jazz. So, and then the gentleman that he bought it from was changing shops. He was renting or going out on his own, or anyway, he asked Brian if he could just give him a little time till he got into his new place. So Brian said, sure. Well, the problems have increased. So now the part is ordered, everything's looking good as far as getting the work done, and Brian has to take his car in to be serviced on Monday. And his fiance's car died, so hers needs a transmission. So we're down to one car. So I'm going to go over, I'll staple that, early Monday morning, pick him up at the garage, take him to work. I'm not sure, Peggy. I didn't ask that question. And so, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. So the guy's got the part ordered. He's going to do the work. This isn't costing Brian anything except the time and being out of, a car for a couple days. 2-day job. And so I'm going to go over, pick him up, and then take him to work. And then I'm going to hang around in Pennsylvania to then pick him up and bring him home from work. Meanwhile, my daughter is finished teaching school, but her children are not. So I'm going to pick her up and have lunch on Monday with my daughter, just me and my daughter, which is a very rare thing. And so I'm all excited about that, girls. All right, what else can I put on this? This is a little stamp with a number on it. I kind of like those. Maybe I can find, yeah. I'm kind of random and all over the place. Yeah, her kids are still in school. And normally she's not done till, gosh, the end of June. 2 different school districts. So that's why her kids are still in school. Now this is probably not gonna fit on there, but I think part of it will, which might look cute. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be nice for her to come over and have hi Ange, a pool day, but I don't want to press my luck. I wanted to take her out for lunch and then take her shopping for her birthday. That was in March. That still hasn't happened. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to add that number onto this little doodad. See, this is how goofy I am. See, you got a little white edge. And I can ink that, but I'm trimming a little bit off. Jacqueline, do you know when your site might be up and ready to go for people to visit? Because we could tell people what it's called. Gail says she's trying to check in with her grandsons who are at home alone part of the day. Most days of the week, the oldest is almost 13. I'm going to pick them up tomorrow and bring them to my house. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I think, 13, especially depends on what kind of kid, but most 13-year-olds should be able to manage. But as grandparents sometimes, Yeah. So my sister's been watching her grands because her daughter and son-in-law are in Greece for his sister's wedding. So she's a bit tired. She's a bit tired. July 1st. Okay, July 1st. Jacqueline's hoping to have her website ready to go and to open. But if she can get it done sooner, she'll share it. Okay. He's looking after us. Yeah, sometimes brothers. Well, maybe they get along well. My kids, not so much, if I'm honest. Not so much. I might add more to that going forward, but for right now, I'm just going to tuck it in there. See, and then I have that sticking out the top. Did I put, yep, I put my lines on the back. That's probably not going to stay in there very well. So we're at the end. Yeah, that's probably not the best choice for there. Let me have to dig out a couple other things. Yeah, I really like that too, but you know what, Peggy? I think I put the glue over a little too far. I was thinking about that fabric. I think I glued it down a little too. I think I need something more narrow. Like this. No, that's not going to do it either. Maybe I need to add a little more glue here so that sticks. Let's do that. Let's give it a little more stickum there. A little more stickum. Okay, how am I on time? 11:04. Just want to get this appointment over with. I don't really want to talk about medical things, but if you put a heat gun on the flour, it will loosen. Will it lose? I don't know. Maybe it was Fabri-Tac. I haven't had much success loosening up Fabri-Tac. Hot glue in a heartbeat. That works really great. But let's just tuck that for now. I don't know. Maybe a piece of lace there. What do you think? Let's see what's in the. Let's see what else is in the goodie box. I mean, my grandkids, of course, they're little. 9 and 6. And sometimes my grandson, will listen to his sister, and other times he was just not going to be having it. I think that's a good idea, but this I think is a little too flimsy-wimsy. See what else I got in here. But my daughter and her husband would not leave those children by themselves at that age, for sure. This is too big. Maybe it's not too big. It's too white, though, don't you think? There's one of those little sequin pins. These just, they amaze me. Okay, so now I think I want to ink this just to knock back that real bright white. And I don't want glue. Looking for a piece of plastic that I can just smush in there. I guess I could have used hot glue here. And then once that dries, I can trim that off. Sounds like hubby zone. Okay. Probably will be wise to take those out for a few minutes. Okay. Oh, it's starting to get warm here. Whew. Honey, could you put my fan on for me, please? Thank you. Okay. So they'll go back in there. So I need to find a couple other things to tuck in, but I think other than that, this is going to be pretty much done. Then I need to do I'll do a walkthrough, maybe a little walkthrough video. Oh, yeah, my daughter is a school teacher, so our daughter's a school teacher, so, and she opts to get her paycheck divided, I think, throughout the year. So she continues to get her pay, but she's off the whole summer. But like the office people at her school, they're not, you know? Yeah. Yeah, kids can do crazy things, and they don't always think. So, there's some horror stories out there. We have some horror stories in our family. Won't go into that because I don't think you should say stuff like that to other people. Other people. Oh well, a shorter tag would fit. Yeah, it fit. I think it would be narrower. I mean, I don't mind it sticking out the top. But I'm not sure it's not so much fitting, it's that I've got the glue up too high. If you have voice, you have a story. So that's pretty much it for this little, I think for this little number. I just have to fill in a couple of, I can't find my check request things. I like to always stick one of those in, but I haven't found those yet. You know, I'm always moving stuff. Moving, moving, moving. Gotta be moving it. Gotta put it in a better spot. Gotta. So it's not quite 11:15, and I could use the extra time to get ready for my appointment. So I think I'm going to wrap this up, my dear friends. And there you have it. Thank you, Kimberly. Yeah, girls can be just as dangerous. My niece, when she was in high school, disobeyed her mother and got herself into a quite difficult situation. Thanks, Jacqueline. So, okay, Gail. All right, girls. So have a great rest of your day. And thanks, Jacqueline, for that reminder. And for those who might be watching the replay, don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment. They say it helps. I don't know. Gotta trust those who are in the know. All right. Thanks for hanging and chilling out with me today. I appreciate it. Hope to see you on Sunday at 10 Eastern. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you all. And I hope to see you again real soon. So until next time, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Bye-bye for now. Oh, is it Father's Day? Yeah, I'll be on at 10. All right, kids. Bye.